Top of the afternoon, Washington Commanders Nation. It is Friday the 13th, 2 days before our Week 2 divisional matchup and home opener versus the New York Giants. Dan Quinn has selected his Week 2 captains. We get an injury report update on second rounder Jerzon Johnny Newton, and is Malik Neighbors going to play on Sunday? We will talk about it all on Rambling About Washington. I am Rio Robinson. Let's talk about it. It's a fluid situation on a week-to-week basis here in D.C. with Dan Quinn trying something new. We are getting new weekly captains each week of the season. I guess this is a locker room morale and team-building exercise by Dan Quinn. I've never seen this in the league. It may not be new. He may have always done something like that when he was the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. But for week 1, Washington captains were Terry McLaurin, Cleveland Farrell, defensive end, and special teams, it was Jeremy Reeves. So I believe the idea here is one offensive captain, one defensive captain, one special teams captain, and your week 2 captains are as follows. Frankie Louvu on the defensive side of the ball. Percy Butler, special teams captain, and our offensive captain is our center and newly acquired Tyler Biadasz. So Tyler Biadasz, Frankie Louvu, and Percy Butler are going to be your captains for week 2 against the New York Giants. Percy Butler, upon first glance, I was like, And then my boy Jalen, shout out Bleeding B&G, sub him up, by the way. He was like, Percy Butler made like all the tackles on special teams last week, and he was flying around on the defensive end, so it shouldn't be a surprise. Shout out to Percy Butler, Master P, getting some captain's look for the team. I don't think fans should make a big deal about who's selected each week for captains. I feel like this is one of those, we're trying to uplift. We're trying to give guys a look, and it could be practice related as well. Guys that they see having a phenomenal practice, guys that are communicating well, showing great leadership. I don't think we should make a big deal about who's selected and who's not being selected for captains because they're ushering in a completely new regime. So they're trying to give everybody a fair shake, and they're not putting a C on anyone's chest in 2024. I'm curious to note if this is going to continue after this first year, but those are going to be your week 2 captains. Frankie Louvu, lead us. 5 tackles in week 1, 4 solo. I want to see a little bit more. You flashed early in the game. I want to see a little bit more because I feel like you're one of those pieces, those chess pieces we can move around the board to create chaos. Please do so when Daniel Jones comes into town this weekend. And speaking of Daniel Jones, he's going to have his number 1 target versus Washington this weekend at Northwest Stadium. Malik Neighbors is active. Brian Daboll did not leave any concern. It was precautionary. He has a knee. He earlier had an ankle, but Malik Neighbors is good to go. He was always going to play. His best friend's on the opposite side of the field in the locker room. He's not missing a game versus Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. Also, his first divisional game in the league, a must-win for both sides in this matchup. Malik Neighbors was always going to play. They may be without Darius Slayton, though. And Darius Slayton's a guy that always flashes open when the Commanders play the Giants, man. I still remember him dropping a game-winning touchdown in that 2021 game where we beat him because Dexter Lawrence jumped off sides on the first field goal attempt that we missed, and we got a second chance at it, won that game. Good times at good old FedEx. Good times at good old FedEx. We didn't have too many of them, but I remember each one vividly that actually did happen. As far as Johnny Newton is concerned, we're probably another week out, but we shall see. He says he likes the progress. He likes what he's seen by Johnny Newton so far, and he feels really good about Johnny Newton's progress in practice this week, but they're going to come up with his game. It's pretty much a game time decision. He said they're going to make a decision on his availability sometime Saturday. So we will know officially tomorrow. Based off of that verbiage, I would say we're probably another week out. We'll probably see Johnny Newton for the first time on Monday Night Football on September 23rd at Cincinnati, but I could be wrong. I would love to see him this week. I would love to see him in front of the home crowd on Sunday. Let him go out and make a sack or a tackle for a loss on a pitch count when the home fans get to cheer him on, man. Let him go put on for the squad, but if he's not ready, there's no need to rush him back. No need to rush him back. But I need Johnny Newton to be a hit. I need him to be a certified hit because that was a player we took at a position that we feel like was a strength for our team with Allen and Payne already here. They're looking toward the future, and they did not want to turn down blue chip first round talent at the 36th pick. I need Johnny Newton, Quan Martin, and Sam Cosmi to eradicate us of our second round woes of years past. I don't have to go through the list. Washington, over like a 15 to 20 year period, there are so many ridiculous misses in the second round. I need Quan Martin, who's currently a contributor to this football team. Sam Cosmi, who just locked up a bag and is the leader and heartbeat of our offensive line. I need Johnny Newton to join them as the three-headed monster to eradicate all of our second round misses of the past as we usher in a new era of Washington football. I think we still a week away from seeing Johnny Newton, but we shall see. It sounds like things are turning and trending in the right direction. I'll take Dan Quinn's words on it, but since they're being so close to the vest about his availability, my gut tells me we don't see Johnny Newton until week 3 versus Cincinnati. And I would love to see that too, because Cincinnati's an all flair, no physicality type football team. Even their fans call that team soft. Would love to see a killer like Johnny Newton in there because we need to take it to him. But that's 1 week at a time, though. We're not talking about week 3 right now. We got a game to win Sunday. A game to win. Daniel Jones was asked about it. He said, I expect us to go out there, play well, and win on Sunday. Is that a big deal? Absolutely not. That's what a starting quarterback's supposed to say. If Jaden Daniels said any differently, I'd be scratching my head a little bit. A starting quarterback's supposed to say he expects his team to play well and win on Sundays. And with Daniel Jones' success against this team, why would he feel any different? It's time to change the narrative. It's time to stop letting him get away with this. Daniel Jones is bad versus 98% of the NFL. He plays against Washington and turns into a first ballot Hall of Famer. And it is time to rip the gold jacket off Daniel Jones when he comes to Washington this weekend. I can't wait. I think we're going to get after it. And I feel good about this one. Even in a close game, I feel good about our chances on Sunday. We got a little bit more of an update and clearer picture on Emanuel Forbes. Maybe we all jumped the gun. He said they don't anticipate Forbes missing too much time. Don't know what that means. He underwent successful surgery. So congratulations to Emanuel Forbes for a successful surgery. And it sounds like it's going to be a week-to-week thing with Emanuel Forbes. He's not playing on Sunday. He has already been ruled out this week, but it sounds like, just like the captain status each week, a fluid situation also with Emanuel Forbes Jr. They are not putting him on IR. They made that official today. Forbes will not be going on the IR. It's going to be a week-to-week type situation with him, seeing how he's feeling coming off of that thumb surgery. Are they going to put a hard cast or splint him up and say, get your ass on the football field? Are they going to give him a month off to get his mind right post-surgery? We shall see. But until then, Michael Davis and Noah Igbenogany will be the fill-ins for Emanuel Forbes until he is back healthy. I want to see what they've got. I'm hoping at some point maybe we see the elevation of practice squad rookie undrafted free agent Chigozie Newsium out of Colorado State. But that's all I got really for right now. Keeping it short and sweet, giving y'all an injury update. Johnny Newton, we will find out tomorrow. Forbes will not be on the IR. Malik Neighbors is good to go, will be active and starting as the number 1 wide receiver for Daniel Jones and the New York Giants on Sunday. And Washington's week 2 captains consist of linebacker Frankie Louvu, center Tyler Biotish, backup safety and special teams ace Percy Butler. Those will be your 3 captains for week 2. I may be doing some type of stream later, impromptu if something else comes out. That's all I got for the time being. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Until next time, Commander Rio out. Deuces.